Very nice day to be out by a lake today on Marin Bolinas Ridge of all bikes. Very nice. All right, let's get going. So it's Valentine's Day today, and I don't typically ride this bike, but both of my bikes are actually in between upgrades right now, and this is the only bike that was sitting in my house ready to go, so I decided to take my girlfriend's bike. It's a pretty nice bike. It's a very windy day, by the way, but yeah, this bike has been really fun because it's definitely showed me how you can improve on a bike. Just certain upgrades here and there can drastically change how the bike performs. And since my girlfriend's out on deployment, she can't exactly ride her bike, so the last thing I did to these bikes was change out the brakes. So spent some time bedding the brakes and have decided to take it out. It's been a great bike so far. And it's a very lovely day today. It's very cold, very windy. Could have gone farther up the mountains, but then I'd have to deal with like even colder and even windier conditions. Hold on. Well, since I don't really prepare a script or know what I'm going to talk about ahead of time, I guess I'd talk about what it's like to be deployed. So keep in mind, I've only ever been in the Navy, and I've only ever done deployments on an aircraft carrier. So if you're thinking about smaller boats like destroyers or cruisers, keep in mind I don't really know what those are like, with the exception of some word-of-mouth tales. But yeah, man, when you first get to a carrier, it is phenomenally large. It is equivalent to a genie's speech from Aladdin. The infinite cosmic powers, itty bitty living space, and that's probably the best way to put it, honestly. You get very, very small compartments to sleep in, and it's usually a group of, let's just round it out to 200 people, and you get a twin size, not smaller than a twin actually, rack, and you live there for a couple months. Honestly, the first week will probably be the hardest for you. You'll experience new things like drills and whatnot during sleeping times, but it's not that bad. The noise too. The noise is so loud from aircraft landing on top of you, and you're like, there's no possible way I can sleep through any of this. And then you'll go work your 12 hours and you'll knock right out as soon as you touch the rack. It's a lot easier to sleep than some people make it seem. You do have convenience stores in the boat, which are somewhat convenient for some. Honestly, if I spent $20 a week on myself on snacks and whatnot, I kind of consider that to be splurging, you know? Just not a whole lot of stuff worth buying. I should have downshifted. And now some people spend $200 in a week, which I cannot fathom how they do that. The work itself, it doesn't really change much from when you're on the beach end. It's just more of it because you're flying more often, and fighter jets, helos, props, all that stuff, they fly a lot harder than regular jets, so stuff will break more often. Here we go. So there's always a constant flow of work. Honestly, when that happens, normally you stay pretty busy and time just flies by. So you don't really notice the hours go. Let's see. The best part people always look forward to when you pull into new places, like pulled into Australia before, Philippines, Vietnam, some of the places I mentioned earlier in a different video. And yeah, most people just like to go out and party. I don't know, I did that too. It was fun for a while, but after a while you kind of like forgot those experiences. What I remember the most is all the community relations you would do if you decided to partake in any of those. They were optional, but I decided to take advantage of a few of them, which basically means like you'll go, in my case, we went to a couple South Korean elementary school equivalents to help kids learn English because they were studying English. To me, that was the most memorable part of deployment because honestly, they treat you like rock stars there. Like, you go to the school and they're all so happy to see you. They want to talk to you, get to know a lot of your experiences, your point of views. Like, people genuinely have like such a curiosity for people who just came off a deployment. I remember one teacher equated the boat as the world police, which is kind of funny. But at the same time, it's like, you know what you're out there to do. And so a lot of people hold you in high regards because you do it. When you get back on the boat though, it's right back to work, you know. You don't really come back from those couple days off with the mentality it's like, okay, guess I can do whatever I want now. I need a day to recoup. No, it's right back to it. If you're like really unfortunate, you'll have to fly that same day. So launching jets in the carriers is probably the most fun thing to do, at least for myself. Some people enjoy the maintenance side. I just enjoy the flight operations side. Need to go fix my feet position. And yeah, I would spend most of my days launching jets in the air, trying to troubleshoot whenever they came down or had any issues, and then rinse and repeat for maybe 10 hours. I don't know, I'm gonna climb this. Whoop. So close. What else should I talk about? Oh, some of the ship evolutions. If it's your first time on the boat, you'll experience the majority of them. But no, none of those I actually want to talk about. Just I guess I'll just touch on what it feels like to be on deployment sometimes. Let's see. So if you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, this will make sense to you, but being on deployment is a lot like Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. So you pretty much seemingly relive the same day over and over again because you know not much is going to change. You're going to have the same amount of tasks to do, the same amount of work to do, same amount of everything. It's never going to end. Every day after a while it just seems to blend together into the same day, so it's hard to get a different feel. Like, well, at least today's better than yesterday. Yeah, I never really felt that on a deployment. It's just kind of one of those, each day is the same and you just take the next day as a repeat of the last. But that being said, you get into a rut of things pretty quickly. As soon as that happens, you kind of like know what to expect. You know what's gonna happen the next day. You're pretty much aware of your responsibilities. It does suck because you kind of feel like your friends and family are living their lives out in town doing whatever they want, but you're stuck on the same day. And coming from somebody who's been deployed a lot, you kind of get the feeling that by the time you get back home, a lot has changed, but a lot has really stayed the same. So you don't really miss out on a whole lot. Honestly, it's just those memories that you kind of like, the ones you'll never get back because you weren't with your family. Those are kind of the ones like that'll probably upset you the most, if I'm being serious. But deployment's pretty easy. Honestly, depending on what you got going on at home. Some people actually find deployment a lot better on than their family life back home. I don't know. That's what convinced me to get out. Just missing all these memories that I could have been making at home with family and whatnot and friends. And I'm kind of I was just kind of over and done with it, you know. It wasn't for me. I am probably going to cut this ride a little shorter than usual today. I'm not sure what I'm at right now, but yeah, I kind of wanted to just see this area, get a good ride in with this bike. And since it's not my bike, I didn't really want to ride really hard, you know. This is somebody else's bike. If I break it, I have to fix it, but it's my girlfriend's bike anyway, so I was already doing all the upgrades to it anyways. So it's not the worst thing in the world. I am looking to replace the drivetrain when this one wears out, but I'm not looking to do that anytime soon. So if you like this video, leave a like. Let me know what you want to see. My other two bikes are gonna come back with more upgrades down the road. It's been a very nice day today, albeit kind of windy and cold. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.